Hi, and welcome to 713 Live. I'm super excited. Today I have Chris Conrad, the owner of Republic Boot, Republic Wine, Presidio Hotel. Many things. I have so many questions. We've all been super excited to have you here with us. So welcome, Chris.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
So I don't even know where to start because you have so much going on.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. This is one of the busiest times of our lives, careers, all that kind of stuff.
But yeah. So, if you're a Houstonite, a Houstonian, you definitely know about Republic Boot. It is a cornerstone in the Heights, which is the absolute coolest area of Houston. Your family's been there since the 1800s, is that?
That's right. Yeah, my great-grandfather came down and settled kind of the Heights area. So my grandfather grew up there, my dad grew up there, and so I was like, I got to get back to the roots. So I moved the boot shop to the Heights about 5 years ago.
And you're an Aggie?
I am, yes.
You're an Aggie, so Longhorns, just turn away.
Oh, my mom's a Longhorn. We got family in Austin, so yeah, I've got a lot of ties.
House divided.
Yeah, it's all good. It's fun. Thanksgiving is fun.
Yeah. Oh, I bet that game. So you go to A&M. You're an engineer, and how do you end up with boots?
The boot story.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a long, but the Cliff Notes version is, I love to travel. When I was 15 years old, I went to Russia. So when the USSR was breaking apart, the government grabbed a bunch of kids and said, hey, look, you guys will be student ambassadors to go into Russia to kind of teach them democracy. This crazy idea before internet and all this crazy stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But it completely opened my eyes. I was like, wow, this is not Houston, Texas anymore. This is fascinating. It was really sad. It's a bit sketchy. I mean, we didn't know exactly what we're going into, but it probably changed my life more than it changed the Russians' lives.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I was like, I've got to go out and see more. So I tried to, went to A&M and I tried to do student abroad programs. They didn't have that for engineering. So I said, I want to get out and just travel and see some incredible things. So my wife, I said, if you marry me, it's going to be an adventure. We're going to do some really weird, as I've always been kind of this adventure creative guy. So we went out and that whole thing changed my life, and I went to Italy straight out of school.
Right. So Italy, I've been, of course, I've been reading up on you, and all your life is so interesting. You go to Italy, you fall in love with wine, right? And that's how you end up with Republic Wine, or?
Well, I think that was an early genesis of the wine thing. I love to create stuff, and the wine thing fascinated me because we'd had these different vineyards right next to each other, and then it tasted real different. So I'd spend really a lot of time understanding how they made this stuff and all of the intricate details that went into the winemaking. But beyond that, I was really getting a cultural understanding of the way the Italians were passionate about these things that they create, from the leather goods to their buildings and architecture to the wine, all those things. And being a big history guy, I would be traveling around. This is where Caesar went and all of that. But the Italians we have a great Texas brand across the world. I was in Japan, all these different places I've been to. And I had to become a Texas history guy, expert, to really answer the questions that they were asking me. Oh, Walker, Texas Ranger, tell me about Texas. It was his own country and all this kind of stuff. And so I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I had to go. So I'm explaining stuff from my cultural perspective, and then picking up a lot of what the Italians were giving me. So creativity of wine and all those things, kind of brewing, really understanding and reading so much Texas history that all of that kind of genesis of stuff, I really wanted to create my own thing in Texas that was a representation of what they thought Texas should be and what it needs to be, right?
Yeah,
So,
I found that, one of the things that we get, one of the reasons why we started this podcast is because I feel like Houston gets such a bum rap,
yes,
right? Like people, they'll talk about Austin, they'll talk about Dallas, and Houston gets this bum rap for just being a big city, and it doesn't have, character. And we have an incredible city. And the more that I found out about you, the more that I loved how you are really the Texas brand for Houston. You really are. You personify everything that's so cool about Houston. You've got, famous actors, athletes, musicians, everyone's wearing your boots. They're amazing, but you brought that, right? Because you wanted to, I was reading that you were trying to bring, the Texas culture, but also open that up to the country and the world, right?
That's it. I mean, so really, I think that travel, 25 years of hardcore Italy and Japan and Australia, all that stuff gave me a perspective. We have a great brand, like I said, of Texas. And everybody wants something like that thing, that Texas thing in Houston. I mean, we're the 4th largest city, and a lot of these people are coming here. And so all of my friends be coming here and be like, where's the Texas stuff? This is just a city, go to the Galleria and buy a snow globe from China. And I was like, no, this is ridiculous. I know enough people, we can create not just products that are cool, but the overall experience, So I hate shopping. I don't like that. I wanted to create something that's more of like a destination. You come in and you can design and you can feel warm, and it's something different.
Yeah, your store is, if you haven't had a chance to go to Republic Boot, it is an experience walking in there. You do custom boots. You have a hat. Mm-hmm. Like you can customize your hat any way you want. You have the guy there, right? That's designing,
branding, whatever.
So talk a little bit about custom boots. Like people don't really know what goes into that.
Yeah, it's really one of the hardest things. When I was first starting out, I wanted to do custom boots, and so I took my 401k early on and just liquidated it.
Really?
And we started a small shop. I was like, I need to do this myself. So my wife and I, we're doing this small thing, trying to do custom items, custom boots and bags and belts and all those things. But I was also doing like distribution of other boots, like Lucchese boots and other things. So I was understanding how they were working. But the custom boot world is very different. It's very difficult than a mass-produced, big box kind of feel. So a lot of these artisans are a bit difficult. I mean, it's a very specific thing. Maybe they learned that trade in prison. Maybe they learned it, through their great grandfather or whatever, and they've got their own way of doing things. So kind of trying to work with all these personalities early days was extremely difficult.
Yeah, and it takes, you've got a wait list of a year? Is it 9 months, a year?
We're at a year, right? Trying to bring it down, but we're doing a lot. I mean, we've been really blessed with a lot of orders, and it's not so easy. We're not making ice cream. I can't get another machine to make this stuff. I have to get additional artisans and all those personalities and things. This is the way we do things. Yeah. And you got it. We were able to grow because, for me, systems and processes. So when I went to talk about, my background, going to Italy and all of that, I was working in big oil and gas companies. So I was really blessed to be able to go and audit companies from around the world and understand how they operate, and the ERP systems and all of these kind of production and all of that nerdy kind of stuff is very important as I took all of that stuff that I was very good at and put it into the boot world. So I'm coming from a basis of, again, systems, processes, ERPs, quality checks, and doing this production scheduling with the boots, which is not really done in the custom boot. Again, most of the custom boot folks, they're doing it out of their garage. They're doing maybe a boot a week kind of thing. We're doing up to 30 boots a week.
It's incredible.
And it's super difficult. This is the hardest thing.
And they're so beautiful. I mean, I was looking through it. They're so beautiful.
Thank you.
And so tell me about the skins. And you've got this alligator hunt idea.
Right.
Tell me about that. That is the most interesting thing that I've heard in so long in the boot business. You just don't hear about this.
Yeah, I mean, so the hides are very important. The quality of the hides, the ability to get them and keep it consistent is very important. So yeah, we do use distribution if it's because a lot of these hides are really regulated, of course. If you screw around with that, it's over. So everything's got CITES permits, which is the country of endangered species. We do ethical means of harvesting the hides and such. But again, we're not as big as some of the stock boots like Nakona, Justin, Lucchese. And so inside of our world, we have to have premium hides. So I do a lot of vertical integration of the supply chain, meaning that we have our own crocodile farms in Mexico, which is like premium crocodiles that we use out of there. And we have our own tanneries and own manufacturing to process all these hides in Mexico. And so even if we go hunt an American alligator in Texas or Louisiana, you still have to go through the tanning process, but those are really kind of also very full because you only have a few of those in America, especially with a lot of the big box guys. So I've had to be able to take those hides and tan them at my tannery with the same quality and consistency to bring them back. So there's a lot of things that go into keeping a consistent and great hide.
It's just so interesting. And if you don't have, if you're not exposed to boots and how beautiful they can be, depending on whether it's alligator, ostrich, crocodile, it makes a huge difference in just the look, the feel. I saw that you made the the custom boots for the guys from Yellowstone for their wedding. People in Texas wear boots, like beautiful custom boots to their weddings. It's a big deal. And I think that's amazing. I mean, that you've really crossed, you're across all different kind of genres of people ordering their, but the Texans cheerleaders, right? They wear your boots. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We were making boots for the McNairs. And I pulled up my boots that have the red top. You can see
I
here.
love those. Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, that's metallic red. Our cheerleader boots are like. I was like, I can make those cheerleader boots. I said, let's go. Let's keep it local.
Yeah.
Which is very cool for them to keep a Houston company along with the Houston Texans organization.
So tell me about the castle. You bought a castle in Johnson City, which is like super Texas.
Yeah, and people are like, what are you doing with the castle? But
it's a true castle. It looks like it has the...
Yeah, they built it. I mean, good on the people that built it. Only about 5 years ago, and so they wealthy couple, and they came in and they spent money to build this castle on a hill and a hotel and kind of wine production on the facility. So the kind of the genesis again for this thing was we want to do something beyond just make a product. If you come to our Houston store, you can see that we have a full experience. We inlay that thing, that feel, that experience, the live music and the bar and the guy tooling and all of those things that are very cool about it with the product. I think those things are symbiotic and they got to be attached to it. And as we've really grown, we're doubling the company like every year for the past 4 years. It's been insane. We can only do that with, again, systems and processes and all those things.
Right.
But beyond keeping the quality of the product, it's also the elevation of those experiences. We do a lot of events. We have companies coming in, doing their Christmas parties, doing their, this is my best customer party. This is a promotion for this is a retirement. All these things, they're loving it because it's not a dry event space. It's not a restaurant.
Yeah. It's
got
got so
bar.
much character.
It's got character when people are in there and they can listen to live music and they can have something, great time. I can teach them about the veg tan leather iron density of the insole and outsole. You can go super deep. They're like, oh, this is fascinating. I had no idea that there's so much that went into it. So you can't really buy that educational experience. And so we've really elevated that thing, those events and that fun time. So we needed a place for the future. As I've been looking up, we have a ranch north of Fredericksburg, and I've been going 20 years back and forth, really seeing this area, which I love, very historic German towns, the Comanches, Comancheria, and all of those fascinating stories of John Moosbach and the wine growing that the early German settlers were doing. And I was like, I love this area. And I hunt the area.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's got rolling hills. And, the Germans were cultivating wine there. And it kind of goes back to when I was in Italy and I was loving. So these things are kind of related, right? The creativity of creating something, creating an experience, creating music, creating wine, creating boots. It's all kind of the same world. Yeah. And I wanted to be downtown Fredericksburg, but it's just, we needed space. Because even in the Heights, you've been there, right? It's tight, it's cool because it's an over 100-year-old building and but the parking is a bit difficult.
Yeah. You have valet. I went to an event, the Michael Berry, I think it was Christmas or client appreciation or something. I was there.
Right.
And you had valet.
Valet's okay.
Yeah.
Right. But a normal day, it's like, now it's a little bit difficult. I didn't want to be confined with the space aspect. And I know that we do a lot of fun stuff. I think at the Michael Berry, we had like mechanical bulls and we had the big pit barbecue out there and people are just loving this Texas experience.
Fun. Yeah.
And so as I'm looking downtown Fredericksburg, where I really wanted to be, I was like, we don't need that walk-through traffic. We need the space. We need the parking. We need all those important things to be able to grow and do the full thing. And I was also spending a lot of time in Germany at Christmas markets and all of that, and I love that feel. I was like, we need this because Johnson City and Fredericksburg is just known for their Christmases, the German Christmas stuff, and then the twinkliest city in Texas with Johnson City. Yeah. If I could also create like a market area where we could have just an experience, live music and, the guy making ornaments and handcrafted things and the glühwein, the hot wine and all the food and all of that. Kind of like Santa's Wonderland in College Station, that kind of cool thing, but it's different.
Yeah,
it's still
the
same.
Show. Yeah.
It's not a light show, but it's still a place to bring your family and have a great time. And so this castle thing came about, and I said, okay, and I was like, and I'm thinking I can make this work. And everybody's like, you're crazy. I was like talking about the creativity of creating these wines. Yes. and the experience. And I don't think anybody else probably could have gone into this place with the same kind of brand that we have, you know.
Yep.
And I've been in more castles probably than anybody, or been in wineries and lived next to a castle in Italy. So I was like, I can make this super cool without it being cheesy kind of thing.
Right.
And so, so we took it, and in the background, I started creating our own wine. So working with the Swiss sommeliers that are helping create 100% Texas wine, Sangiovese, Tempranos, Petit
Love
Syrahs,
it. Yeah.
all of that, blending a bit to create the refined tannin profiles and all of that, and making like incredible labels that we can really take to Texas, especially Houston restaurants, and say, you need to have a fantastic Texas wine that goes with your Texas steak. Don't be drinking California wine with your steak. You know,
That's right. That's
the pride
right.
thing. Just keep making it a cool pride thing. And really, because people don't understand, like Texas wine is absolutely incredible.
Yep.
And we're going to take that to the next level and really put it in your face. And so that's what these wines are going to be. Inside of the castle, we completely gutted it. I mean, it's a tremendous amount of work. You know, I'm right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I know. You've been so busy.
Going there, because we have inside, as you walk into the castle, it's gorgeous. You know, making it kind of like talk about Yellowstone, like John Dutton's house. You know, we have horns and blacked out and fire.
Nice.
And it's warm and it's cozy. You can design boots while you're drinking wine.
So you're going to have part of your boot store
it's the
there?
Same thing.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll be making a little bit there. The main production is always going to be Houston because we can control things better from a super artistic stuff, but we're tooling and doing a few different things there. But we're designing. We have all of our hides there. We're designing all the boots. We have our stock boots. We have our bags. It's like a mini, what you see in the hides, really focused more on the wine aspect and the experience, but it's got like a cellar. So you can go down in this beautiful cellar. They called it a dungeon back in the day. Did you survive the dungeon? Well, this is a bit different. This is going to be an elegant cellar. You can have private parties.
What, is it open? When is it opening?
So it's open now. So we're before May right now, but we've been doing this kind of soft opening to kind of tweak all of our systems and processes. But the grand opening is May 1st through 3rd. And so that's why we're going a million miles an hour to get it ready. And so, the castle itself, inside we have the cellar, we have the main floor, we have a second floor, which is our hat bar areas and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of like the Houston store, but it's going up and down. And then we have the very top roof turret rooms that you can hunt out. Oh, I'm just kidding. You can do something out of it. We'll figure it out.
You'll figure that out. Yeah.
And then it's also got these grounds I was talking about that we're building today, like big limestone off the back deck. You can go down into a market area, limestone blocks around, and we're going to have pavilions for weddings. I want to bring like an old church out there.
Oh, like a chapel?
An old chapel.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
And then if you keep going down throughout this area, then that's where the Presidio Hotel is.
That looks beautiful. It's like white stucco. It looks like stucco. It's very traditional. It's beautiful. I've only seen it online. So it's on 10 acres, right? You've got about 10 acres?
This area, it's 12 acres.
12 acres.
And so we were only using a part of it. Eventually, the secondary part down below, we're going to be putting like cabins. Oh. So we need to use that. So we're trying to figure out the utilities and how we get the septic and stuff out there. But we want it to be a place where you can have a wedding or have a company retreat or have a whatever. You're coming through with your family and you can enjoy a great Texas experience. Because it's also got, again, these other things that you can have horseback rides around down to the Pedernales River. I've got my cows out there now because I moved my house out there. So adjacent to this, we have an additional acreage that I'm, in the middle of also moving, in the middle of all of that crazy stuff. So
you don't have enough going on.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you've been able to marry like your, the whole engineering side of your brain with this whole creative, because what you're creating is incredible, an experience, but a wonderful product and a place for people to like get to know Texas, right? To get a real good feel for who we are versus, what maybe you see an authentic experience, right?
All about the authenticity. And again, I can only do that through perspective of travel.
Yeah.
So I'm big travel and kind of on both of those. Yeah, I am kind of both things. My mom is a very creative designer, architect. Oh, wow. And I wanted to be that. I love to see something and recreate it or repurpose it. My dad's engineer, so I've kind of picked up both of these things.
Yeah.
But he also would play music and all of that. So, I think it's a good blend of both of those things. My daughter now is very cool because she's taken the designer aspect, and she's going to college in Prague, Czech Republic. So she wants to travel because we took the kids travel.
She has a travel bug.
Once you get that, and so it's marrying those two things. So I'm really proud that she's doing that.
What a legacy. I mean, you're fifth generation Texan, right? I mean, from the 1800s to what's next? Like, what do you, I mean, your hands are full, but what's next for you? What do you, is it your children? Like, what are they going to do with all of this? Are they?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, my kid's like, Dad, you work all the time. But it's like, for me, it's like, it's not work. It just feels, I love it. So it doesn't feel like work, but I'm always like, all day this weekend, I'm just, building this, the wine clubs and the thing. So yeah, the kids, we'll see what they do. I'm not pushing them into the business. My daughter's going to study abroad. My son wants to as well. Hopefully they come back and we have these additional generations. But what's next? I really want to develop this. This is going to take a lot of energy. This is a big undertaking. This is not something we're creating just another store in Dallas or Nashville. This is a full-on, very important thing for Texas. I mean, as you kind of said earlier, we are the most Texas place in Houston. And it's very cool that, the city of Houston's come to us and said, hey, when the Brazilian embassy or whoever's in town, I want to bring them by your store to have a great experience. We just had, it was crazy. This is Friday. Hank Williams Jr. wants a pair of boots. So for his birthday, his wife went and bought him boots. We don't gift people stuff, so which is one thing. We had to go drive him out to his thing in Lafayette. And at the same time, they had the NRA convention here. So Catherine Glock, they came in and bought from Austria, and they brought their whole people in there. And it's just a very neat thing that we can do that with people. I'm not so big on celebrities. I'm more about like the normal people spending money with us for their wedding. Yeah. They might be, married in their boots, buried in their boots. Maybe they're retiring, whatever. Yeah. Those are the people I really care about. But it's very cool to have this thing to be representing Houston, just the overall Texas experience in Houston.
Yeah, I tell ever since I went to your store. So I moved to Houston 13 years ago, lived in LA, lived in New York, and then moved down here. And the day that I walked into your store, I was like, this is, I didn't know this was here. And it is the absolute center of Houston, and exactly what I think what we should represent with everything you've got going on, the store itself, walking into it, the people you have working there are wonderful.
Thank you.
All of them are wonderful. They're so nice and kind, and if you know nothing about boots, or if you're like a total boot connoisseur, but they really are knowledgeable and know what they're doing. But you really step in and feel, I was just thinking when you were talking about it, we've got the World Cup coming in. Mm-hmm. You should definitely be a stop for everybody to go into Republic Boot and check it out, because you want a Texas experience. You got to go. You got to go there.
I love having, Europeans or people from all over the world come through and experience wow, me, I'm in it every day. Maybe I can't see it, but I love people walking in and being like, okay, this is real Texas. Then we can go into history, and this is an antique. This is how we make boots. And that's what's really fulfilling for me.
So I ask everyone that comes on, because like I mentioned, Houston really, so many people don't really know, what is the heart of Houston? What does Houston really represent? We know we're diverse. We know we're the fourth largest city. What's your favorite part about Houston? If somebody, comes from outside, what do you love about Houston?
You talk about the diversity. I love traveling, right? So being in Vietnam and these places, and we've got incredible food. So I think we do have the Wild West roots. That's what Houston was based off of after San Jacinto, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of the soldiers came back, but they called them rowdy loafers, as they didn't know what to do because they won the battle for independence in Texas, and they kind of built Houston based off this kind of Wild West thing. So we do have a lot of that history. A lot of times in Houston, we kind of go and just throw our history away or tear it down and build it back up. We were known for that, but I think we're kind of going back the other way and embracing a lot of the history, the pride of our state here. Capital of Texas was in Houston for a while. And, so I think we have, in Houston, just a great, easy city. I've had a lot of my friends come over from Italy and living here, and married folks and they're staying here, and they just love it because it's just cool. It's kind of sometimes hard to kind of put your finger on
Right.
But it's great food. You can go have a great time. You know, you can have all kinds of different experiences, and the people overall are just really great.
Yeah, I want to thank you for being here. I love what you represent, and it really makes me want to go back and go in there again and get that whole feel that you have going on. And I love that you're spreading it, you know, now to Johnson City, and that more people are going to be able to experience it, because I'm really proud. I have nothing to do with your company, but I'm proud that you're here and what you're doing for our city. I think it's wonderful. So I want to thank you, Chris. Thanks for being here. You're so busy, and you made time to be on this podcast. I
love it.
I thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. You're going to see me there at at your winery for sure.
Come to the castle. Bring your chainmail.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
And if you guys know someone amazing like Chris, and you think you want to hear their story, please, DM me, leave me a message, and we'll put them here on the podcast and get to know their stories. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.